Hey y'all, Patrick here, and welcome to Show Me What You Bass! This is the series where you guys send in your favorite, most coveted, most beloved bass in the world. This is the one that you're gonna take to the grave. This is the bass that you're gonna get married with. This is the bass that is just gonna be there whenever you have your first child. But before that child's born, we're gonna look at a new set of basses, so let's just jump right in. First up from Slight Paws, they say, fished this out of a small town pawn shop on the Georgia-Florida border for $200 in 2015. Wiped it down, set it up, and threw some Fender nylon wound strings. The Jazz Bass 24 featured a sleek alder body, a 34-inch scale length, modern C-shaped maple neck with 2-octave rosewood fingerboard, abalone dot inlays, 24 medium jumbo frets, hip shot licensed tuner, Fender Goto high mass top loading bridge, 2 custom wound Seymour Duncan SJB 3/4 pound pickups. Those are the good ones right there. A passive active pull switch, pull volume knob, and a 3-band active EQ with a slap mid-scoop switch. Besides all the technical stuff in history, it's an amazing plain bass. Wonderful for any genre, a real jack of all trades. Pure jazz on passive and dirty rock on active. This is my bass. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Ooh, this thing is completely murdered out. Wow, I can dig that. Oh, and I like how the strings match it too. Oh, that is sick. I love that matte black finish too. It reminds me of that old Lakeland I used to have. Man, I love the 24 fret neck. I love the active electronics along with those Seymour Duncan pickups too. See, and this is something I think Fender should bring back. Something more diverse like this where they are like, hey, this is a jazz bass, but there's a lot of extra features. It's not just, hey, look, it's a regular jazz bass. Give us $1,500 for it. Like, come on. From Jericho, he says, this is my beloved Music Man Stingray Classic. Bought it at Sam Ash in Manhattan, New York during my first trip to the US in 2012. Made it through 2 to 3 connecting flights in one piece back home to Australia. Whew. Ugh. Dude, flying with instruments is like the most nerve-wracking thing on the planet. It's my best looking bass in my collection. I didn't realize how rare this model is with the roasted burnt maple neck. It's gorgeous. I get compliments from other musos. Musos? Never heard that term before. Interesting. When I whip it out during sound check and after our set. Currently strung with flats, old school disco funk vibes. Hell yeah, dude. And no mods done, because it's perfect the way it is. Keep funkin', Jericho C, all the way in Melbourne, Australia. To Jericho and everyone else out there, I implore that you keep funkin' as well. That is so classy looking, man. Oh, I love that color combo. The quilt on that maple too. Man, that looks so good. I need a real Stingray, y'all. Like, I just need to go ahead and dish out for one because, man, they're just so badass. From Mr. Brett Blakeway, he says, hi, Patrick. Great idea showing off people's basses, so here's my humble submission. It's a Fender Custom Shop 62 Jazz Bass in CFO Green Nitro. What makes it unique is despite it being a 62, it has pickups in the 70s position as well as 75 pickups. A quarter sawn neck and a badass bridge rounded out, so definitely a little Geddy Lee influence there. Despite its classy looks, it's a real funk and metal machine thanks to the 70s pickup position. Keep doing what you're doing. Love the channel. Thanks, dude. Oh my God, look at that color. That pops like no other, man. God, that looks so good. Oh, with the badass on it too. Yes. Anytime there's a bass that really has a color that pops like that, I just fall in love instantly. Next up from Mark, he says, hi Patrick, this is the bass I will take to my grave. It's a Camel Journey bass. I believe it's been made in the 1970s in Japan for the home market by the same company that made Fresher guitars. It has a translucent cream finish over what is thought to be a sin body, a Japanese wood that resembles ash, currently fitted with DiMarzio Model P pickups and strung with flat wound strings. It feels and sounds like a good solid P bass. Has a real feeling of history to it too. Plenty of mojo. Regards, Mark. Ooh, yeah. I love cream colored P basses. Oh yeah, with that translucent finish too. How are those DiMarzio sounding? Do you guys like DiMarzio pickups? I don't really have a lot of experience with them, but I really want to try those Billy Sheehan signature ones they just unveiled because, man, those look really cool. From Daniel Ciano, he says, hey Patrick, love your stuff and thrilled to be allowed to make this attempt to submit my baby. Dude, thanks for submitting it, man. Got this one when I was still in high school. It was my first big boy bass. My mom helped me pay for half like they do. Cool moms. Shout out to cool moms. It's a 2001 Warwick Corvette Pro line, but I'm sure you knew that. Not only was it partial birthday, Christmas, every holiday in 2002 present for that year, but it's followed me across the country. When I joined the Air Force, it was the first thing I asked to have shipped to my first duty station. Mods include a brass replacement of just a nut, which gives it a really nice sustain and tone over the plastic one, which broke anyway. About a year ago, the preamp bit, so I replaced it with an Aguilar OBP1. I was iffy about the OBP or another MEC, but I was able to keep the stacked tone knobs and it far exceeded my expectations. I have several others, but Old Blue has been my ride or die for 18 years, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. I would live in a cardboard box under a bridge with only this bass as company before I sold it to pay the bills. Keep up the good work, and please stay safe. Dude, you as well. Thank you. Ooh, Old Blue. Man, that is classy looking. Man, I love that finish on it. It's just like a royal blue with that gold accenting it too. And of course, since it's a Warwick, I bet it thumps like no other. Oh, and that gold nut at top. From Andrew Locke, he says, "Hi Patrick, these are my beauties, my Ricky and my Jazz. The Ricky has been my go-to bass since I got it almost a decade ago. How time flies. It's been recorded, toured with, and it never lets me down. Keep up the great work. Big fan of your channel and really dig the nasty bass tones you get. Cheers from Canada." Dude, thanks, man. Cheers from Texas. Ooh. What is that? Oh, that finish looks so good, man. Oh, that's so rad. Y'all are gonna make me try and find so many basses and try so many Rickenbackers. I'm done. With you Rickenbacker owners, you guys are killing me. From my boy Tom Kate, who is a Patreon supporter. Oh, what's that? Patreon appreciation time. You see these beautiful people right here? Mwah, mwah. These beautiful people right here help support the channel every month over on Patreon. And if you want to be like them and get access to videos early, giveaways, and more, head over to my Patreon page. But mwah, look, 3 kisses. You gotta love it. And Tom says, "Hi Patrick, love you, love your work. Thanks for putting yourself out there. It's no mean feat." Dude, thank you for the support, brother. I've only picked up bass seriously in the last 4 years. Long story. I've always been drawn to the instrument, but never had time, resources, or motivation until recently. The first bass I ever saw where I said, "That is what I want," was Sting's 1982 carbon fiber Steinberger bass. Yes, it's throbbingly 80s, but it looks so clean and sounds so good. Now it's 2020, and while I can't afford a 4500 Ned Steinberger original, hashtag murder by wife, yep, that's a lot of money. Gibson bought the rights to make the Spirit by Steinberger line, and a couple months ago with some pandemic mad money, I felt my bass playing merited by my first brand new bass, the Steinberger Spirit XT2DB. Headless design, no neck dive, lightweight 34-inch full-scale 24-fret fingerboard, but fits in an overhead bin. Ah, that's so cool. Double ball strings, solid maple through neck construction with matching maple wings, 2 passive Steinberger humbucking pickups with volume knob for each and a single master tone, 0 fret using strings of any gauge, and the tailpiece tuners are super solid. Set them and forget them. Now let's not forget the flip out leg rest. How dope is that? Good luck and success in all you do, Tom. Dude, thank you so much, man. There's something like so like it's hard to explain. I just feel like that the Steinberger basses just is so like corny 80s, but so badass at the same time. I don't have any personal experience with them, but man, they've always kind of like really interested me for some weird reason. I'm really curious to try one day. I know I've seen a few pop up on Craigslist before, like the really cheaper line of them for about like $300-400 used. So I think maybe one day I might just go ahead and cop one of those. And I know those pictures with Sting with them are so rad too. Next up from Barrett, he says, "Hey Patrick, I've been playing bass for just over a year now and following you and watching your every new video for about 11 months. Stop, you're too nice. Love the content and keep up the good work." Dude, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate when you guys say stuff like that. Like, I don't know, it means the world to me. And since you've only been playing for about a year, dude, keep it up. Just keep going, keep practicing, man. Just that's so exciting to me. My first bass was a beaten up LTD B10 for $35. I got hooked and saved up to buy a nicer brand new bass and bought an Ibanez SR200K and loved it so much. But it's not the bass I'm sitting right now because about a month ago, I really stepped it up big time for me. I saved up and bought a Cort B5 Plus MHOPM. It's my first 5-string bass and boy oh boy, I'm hooked. It's completely stock, probably will remain as is. I love the shape, thickness, and feel of the neck. I love the looks, the 5-piece dark neck and open pore body. It looks understated. I love the sound of the Bartolini MK1s and the Mark Bass MB1 preamp. I love the string spacing, it's so tight. If I play my Ibanez after I play this, strings feel like they're in different postcode. Nothing else to say, I'm absolutely in love with it. This was beyond the quality and beauty I didn't expect from a 400 euro bass. Cheers, Barrett. Man. Even for Cort's more budget-friendly basses, they just look so good to me. Like considering that's a $400 bass, look at that, y'all. Man, that is so sick. I love that natural look and feel it gives off. And again, I've heard so many amazing things about Cort basses too, so I definitely do need to try one eventually. Next up from Felixia, I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering that. They say, "Hey Patrick, this is my favorite bass, Squier Classic Vibes 60 Jazz Bass Limited Edition Inca Silver. I bought this bass in 2016. It was abandoned in a local music store depository for 2 years. I felt so lucky to get this rare beauty. Matching headstock, 60s vibe, slim neck, stock high mass bridge with brass saddles. Pickups are changed to the Marzio DP123 because I like the mid punchy tone. So basically this is the only modification. I have way more expensive basses though, but this one is my favorite monster tone. Cheers, Eflixia from Hungary." Oh yeah, the simplicity of that, man, that looks really good. That silver with the blacked out pickups just really adds a nice kind of vibe to it. Oh, pun intended. I see you have the strap locks on there too, and man, oh, that matching headstock is super cool. That's just a really cool color in general. From Malo, he says, hi, my favorite bass is the Schecter Model T Session. It's a 51P bass copy with a PJ configuration and 22 frets. I replaced its stock active EMG pickups with a set of Geezer Butler signature passive EMG pickups. I use it live at almost every gig or jam I play. I love everything about this bass. It feels amazing. The neck is so comfortable. It's suited for all tunings. It sounds awesome and it looks amazing. Have a nice day, Malo from France. Dude, thanks, man. You as well. These damn Schecters that you guys keep sending in look so good. I know, it just, the headstocks don't really do it for me, but everything else on it just looks absolutely incredible to me. Next up from Zio Urus, again, I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering y'all's names. I don't mean it at all. I'm just American. I'm sorry. He says, this is my 2018 Ibanez SR670, and let me tell you, it rocks. It plays amazingly, and it sounds just, I like that description a lot. It has the cool Ibanez bridge that's easy to change the strings, as well as smooth Jatoba neck fingerboard. Okay, but seriously, those Jatoba fingerboards are so sick. The dyed ash top is my favorite part of this thing. Just look at it. I adore this instrument. God, you are not kidding, man. Look at that. I love the matching headstock too. Ibanez, killing it. They're just killing it. I used to not believe them, but now, I mean, you guys know. I'm an Ibanez fanboy now. From my main man, Rob, he says, hey, Patrick, this is my Cort B4 Plus. I bought this beauty in May of 2019, and it's been my main 4-string ever since. It's crazy how it's only about 550 bucks, and for that price, you get a Panga Panga walnut neck, roasted maple fingerboard, Bartolini's, Mark bass preamp, Hipshot hardware, and a gorgeous open pore aqua green swamp ash body. Woo! Say that 5 times fast. The neck is amazing, it's super light, sounds great, and it looks awesome. Pretty much the perfect 4-string for me. If I would decide to upgrade anything, it would be to get some Nordstrands. I slightly prefer those over these MK1s, but they're really not that bad. Oh, and replace the stupid silver switch with a black one. Greetings from Holland, Rob. God, you guys in these Corts, you guys in these Rickenbackers, y'all gotta stop it, because I don't have the money to be buying basses left and right. But oh my God, look at this thing. Oh, and I love that color. I love that color so much. I think y'all know, I kind of have a thing for green and green basses. So yeah, this is right up my alley. Oh, look at that top too. It looks so good. Next up from Magnus Hagman, he says, my submission is my 1979 Aria Pro II SB900. I bought it half a year ago, and it's been my dream to own one of these ever since I started playing because of Cliff Burton. This is the best bass I've ever played and has a really skinny fretboard with but thick neck, which I like a lot. The tone is absolutely monstrous. It's basically a P bass on steroids. Ooh, I love that. I would be hard pressed to find anything that sounds or plays as well as this does. Love your channel. Greetings from Sweden, Magnus. Dude, thank you so much, man. Oh, hell, look at that thing. Okay, this thing looks like a tank. That neck through construction you can see with the multi-piece neck. Oh, man, that is really awesome. God, and the wood itself just looks so good too. And that also looks like a brass nut. Ooh, one thing I will say that I really like about basses is when they have a sort of a matching truss rod cover. So how this one is the same wood. It's the little things, y'all. From Marius, he says, hi, Patrick. I want to show you a bass that is very special to me. Last year, my dad got me one of those cheap 90-euro Harley Benton DIY kits for my birthday, and we did a swirl finish on it. We wanted to try that on a cheap bass first in case something goes wrong. I'm super happy with how it turned out. The colors don't translate that well onto pictures. The bass is not as dark as it may seem on most pictures. For a 90-euro bass, it actually sounds surprisingly good, but eventually I plan on upgrading the pickups as they can be quite noisy. Greetings from Germany, and keep up the great content, Marius. Dude, thank you, man. Okay, so starting out with the headstock cutting. All right. Okay. Oh, dude, that swirl looks so cool. Oh man, that is super sick. While it's not my style, I really love that you just went ahead and made your own style of headstock too on top of that. That is a really awesome swirl. I love those specific colors. Oh, y'all really make me want to do things like this to my own basses. Oh, that is so cool. From Daniel, he says, hi Patrick, my bass. It's a Sandberg VS4, original active but self-customized to pure passive. Lawler pickups and a great Cort pickguard. What a huge sound and pure feeling. This bass only weighs 3.7 kilos. That's 8.15 pounds for all you Americans. Simply a dream. I love it. Best regards from Germany, Daniel Schubert. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks so good, dude. Man, Sandbergs are so sweet. That matching headstock as well as that new tortoiseshell pickguard. That's so badass. From Jan Schoengarth, they say, hey Patrick, this is my Harley Benton Enhanced MJ4 and a beautiful natural finish. I got this one last year from Davey504. He did read comments in a video. My comment was, when will you buy me a new bass? And after that video got 165 likes, he ordered the bass for me. The neck is amazing, hardware is decent, and only electronics pickups will need to be upgraded one day. Man, shout out to Davey504 because that is really awesome of him to be able to do that. Oh yeah, dude. I really love that Enhanced series that Harley Benton came out with. And yeah, even though those pickups aren't perfect, they still pack quite a punch through them too. From Sean Montez 8, he says, hey Patrick, my name is Sean and I'm fairly new to your channel. Your playing is fantastic and has inspired me to take my playing more seriously. Dude, thank you, man. Anyways, here's my Schecter C4 bass. This is the first bass I ever got. I've had it for over 10 years. Everything on it is still stock, no modifications. It features a mahogany body with a quilted maple top and a 5-piece maple walnut neck. It has EMG HZ pickups with a 2-band active EQ. I love this bass because it plays very well. The satin neck is smooth and fast to play. I also think it looks awesome in general too. My only complaint with it would be that it doesn't have the best access to the upper frets. Other than that, I love everything else about this bass. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing everyone else's basses on your channel. Ooh. Man, I like the body style a whole lot. Love that quilted maple top. Really digging the fret markers, really loving that bridge style with just the single saddles as well as the recessed knobs. But yeah, the style of that looks really good. It kind of reminds me of a PRS sort of. And also it looks like the gold hardware is sort of like that faded gold too. It's not super shiny and I think that's a really nice touch. But man, the headstock, I don't know what it is. From Sandroppa, he says, hi Patrick, my name is Sandroppa. Description, this is my bass, Ibanez SR1605 NTF. And this bass I'm using for make bass cover in YouTube, which I love from this bass and its sound. Thanks Patrick, big hugs mate. God! Ibanez, what are you doing? Why do you keep doing this to me, man? Look at that top. Oh my God. That is beautiful. Like, oh my God, that kind of Ibanez over here. With the gold hardware too, those Nordstrom pickups. From Chris Cooper, he says, thanks for all your content. I watch your thrice cover of Just Breathe on a daily basis. Keep up the good work. Thanks, man. I'm rocking a Sterling by Music Man Ray 35. I've been playing an Ibanez BTB 4-string for over a decade, and it was pretty beat up from all the super sweet spin kicks I was doing in my high school emo bands. I love that, man. I needed an upgrade and this style bass is timeless. Always had an eye for the Stingray, so I pulled the trigger. Take a gander. You can't beat a Stingray style to me personally. Just they're so good looking. And Sterling is probably one of the best budget brands out there too, like in the sub 1000 era. There's so much quality for the amount that you're spending. I really do appreciate what Sterling's doing. And I love this color too. What is that? I think it's like Honeyburst or something like that. You did good, man. I bet that bass sounds so good. From Jonas Hesselmark, he says, hey Patrick, I've attached some pictures of my current bass. It's an Ibanez TMB 30 short scale, which I bought as a fun practice at home bass. It was not my favorite or main bass, but since our practice space got robbed last month and I lost my Fender MIM jazz bass, it's the only one I've got. Oh, dude, oh my God, I'm so sorry, man. Damn it, that sucks. I put on a bridge cover from a P bass and some DiMarzio DP126 cream pickups for that 60s surf look. Cheers, Jonas. Dude, I am seriously so sorry about your practice bass. Ooh, but this looks really good. Again, with those colors that really pop. Oh, I just get drawn right in. Oh, and the accent of those DiMarzios too, just y'all are really making me do the chef's kiss a lot today. Y'all thrown a lot of spicy meatballs this time. From Ian, he says, hi Patrick, just found your YouTube channel and loving the content. This is my 1983 Squier JV Series P bass. It's almost all original except for the pickup, which has been swapped already to a DiMarzio P1 when I bought it in 1993 for $130 at a secondhand store. I've owned this bass for 27 years and has been with me in Scotland and when I lived in New Zealand for 2 years. I can't imagine ever selling it, and although I have other basses that I play more often, this one always feels like home when I pick it up. Thanks for all the great content, Ian. I know I keep saying it every time, but the simplicity of a P bass is just, it's so nice. Especially that very vintage classic look of a sunburst P bass with that tortoiseshell pickguard. God, man, I love it. And last but certainly not least, from Alex, he says, hi Patrick, here's my 1977 Gibson RD Artist that I bought a few months ago. I used it to record a song called Don't Tell Me Where I Am with my band Oceans on Mars, if you'd like to hear it. Unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to gig with it yet, but it sounds unbelievable and I can't wait to get it out there when the world returns to normal. Love your channel, keep up the good content, all the best, Alex. Dude, thank you so much, man. And I'll go ahead and link that down below too. Gibson. Everyone Gibson used to care, and they made all kinds of different models. And I was like, wow, these are really cool. Made in the USA, set neck, really awesome. And then they just stopped caring. Why would you just not keep making the RD? Or really just now of all times, re-release it? in a completely new form, but Gibson doesn't care. So they're just gonna keep making the same SG bass and the same Thunderbird bass, but whatever. Since it's the artist series of the RD bass, I think this is the one with the Moog electronics, right? I bet it sounds so good, dude. Oh, Gibson, I hate you. But man, who cares about Gibson? Because when they made stuff like this is just spicy meatball. But that's gonna be it for today's Show Me What You Bass. Thank y'all so much for submitting. Thank y'all so much for your patience too. Again, there's over like 400 basses in my email, so when we're only doing about 20 at a time, it takes a while. But y'all, thank you so much for watching, for liking, subscribing, commenting, follow me on social media, all those crazy things. And if you would like to submit your bass, but just send an email to showmewhatyoubase@gmail.com that has 3 or more pictures, a very brief description, and just one bass, please. And once again, a huge shout out to my Patreon people over here. Yes, these beautiful people again. Mwah, one more kiss for the road, because why not? I truly do appreciate you guys help supporting me every month, and I appreciate you guys for watching as well. So until the next video, stay safe, practice that bass, and I'll see y'all next time.